Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 3 of my 31 favorite vocalists of all time. We've been counting down each and every day here this month. In August 2024, our 31 favorite singers of all time across all genres. Not an easy task, right? A lot of great ones that I love a lot won't quite make the cut. So if you haven't seen some of your favorite singers in my countdown so far, and if you don't see them in the next 2 days, well, counting today, 3, doesn't mean I don't like them, right? It's just I like other guys or gals a little bit better, right? So, or a little bit more. But I'll do an honorable mentions, kind of wrap up. I can't include everybody in every list, but I'll just the ones that I have kind of like sitting there in my spreadsheet, right? The ones that didn't quite make it, that I was kind of wrestling with all month. I'll put those out at the last day on pick number 1. I'll give you all the honorable mentions. But today, let me bring to the stage a guy that I've been into for a long, long time. And he may not quite sing as great as he used to, but man, for so many years, this guy was and still is today one of my favorite rock stars of all time, because I just love so much music that he's been a part of over the years. And he, to me, just epitomizes a frontman, a rock star. Let me bring to the stage none other than Mr. David Coverdale. That's right. You knew he was coming. You knew he was coming. Yeah. I mean, he's just amazing to me. And so much of his music has such a huge impact on my life, Whether you love him or not, I don't care. I do, right? So Mr. David Coverdale is my pick for today. Let's talk about my favorite albums. Again, kind of a difficult assignment because so many great ones where his vocals to me just stand out. But it was clearly 3 that were the mandatory picks. I got to go all the way back to the beginning. I have to pick Burn, right? Deep Purple's Burn. His first real album, his first with the band, his first impact, making a statement. And right off the bat, and we talked about Glenn Hughes yesterday, right? So, of course, him and Glenn teaming up on a lot of this album, though David sings most of the lead vocals. Glenn's doing all the backing vocals, the harmony vocals, or all that stuff. Burn is just a classic song, one of my favorite songs of all time, one of my favorite Deep Purple songs of all time. David's just killing it on there. Might Just Take Your Life, Lay Down, Stay Down. Him and Glenn going back and forth on that. Great. Sail Away. He's terrific on Sail Away. There you get that kind of soulful, smoky voice of his. You Fool No One. Terrific. What's Going On Here? Again, him teaming up with Glenn, really good. And Mistreated. He's amazing in Mistreated. That, to me, is one of his early kind of signature tracks, right? Burn album. Got to have it. Next, I'm going to go, Tal agrees. Next, I'm going to go to the Slide It In album. Might be the pinnacle of his voice, the height of him as a lead singer in this style of, heavy rock, the title track, Slow and Easy for sure. Love Ain't No Stranger, All or Nothing, Gambler, Guilty of Love. Hungry for Love, Give Me More Time, Spit It Out, Stand in the Shadow. It's bluesy, but he's got that heavy grit, right? And just so good. And, say what you want about how, he borrows from the old bluesmen and maybe he takes a little Robert Plant and whatnot. But I think, Coverdale had his own signature style. He really did. And I think this, it has become my favorite Whitesnake album. And I think, overall across everything, this is probably for me the number 1 album. When someone comes up to me and says, well, I'm not really familiar with David Coverdale, or I've never really listened to him, where's a good place to start so I can get a kind of feel for what he's all about? It's right here. It's right here. And of course, I have to pick this album. This is the album that I have worshipped for decades since it first came out, the Whitesnake self-titled 1987 release. This is probably Coverdale at the height of his kind of heavy metal vocalist album, right? Because he's, was he ever the same after this album, the next album, and those couple of tours? I don't think so. But man, Crying in the Rain, Bad Boys, of course, the hits, Here I Go Again, Is This Love? But man, he's so good on Children of the Night, Don't Run, Don't Turn Away, Give Me All Your Love. he's just roaring on this album. Let's listen to Crying in the Rain. That's the Coverdale. That's the heavy metal Coverdale right there. Great stuff. Great stuff. And as far as my overall favorite performance from him, this really hasn't changed much over the years. There's a lot of great performances, but for me, that signature song for him is always going to be, I'm going to go back to this album, it's always going to be Still of the Night. And again, he showcases everything, you know, the kind of sultry, smoky Coverdale, the roaring Coverdale, the bluesy Coverdale, the heavy metal Coverdale. It's all contained in Still of the Night. Just so, so good. And that is my favorite performance from David Coverdale, among many. Yeah. Honorable mention goes out to Forevermore. Forevermore is a much later song, right? It's all from one of their, well, it's not that recently now. It's been a bunch of years. But Forevermore is one of the more modern Whitesnake records. And the song itself is, I think, a Whitesnake classic and one of his classic songs as well. So I did want to give a shout out to that. So there you have him. David Coverdale. Whoops, there he is right there. Tried a new layout here within StreamYard, right? So instead of doing the big gigantic thing and the little tiny face of me, I figured we can kind of share the screen here for the whole discussion. So David doesn't leave us, right? We'll do this for the next couple of days and all of next month as well for the guitar players. So that's what's starting in just a couple of days, right? So we got pick number 2 tomorrow, number 1 on Saturday. Sunday is pick number 30 of my favorite guitar players of all time. I'll give you my 3 favorite albums where they appear on, where just their guitar playing is just so integral to those albums. And then I'll give you my favorite guitar solo from them of all time. If you guys don't want to do guitar solos, you want to do favorite riffs, that's fine too. Do whatever you want. Will I pick a riff? I mean, I could have picked a riff. We've done so many riff shows here, and of late, I wanted to go solos because I think solos might be a little bit different, right? So yeah. So that's starting up on Sunday. So till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posted. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. It's greatly appreciated for those of you who do participate. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. Of course, Martin Popoff and myself in the Fun House tomorrow. We're going to talk about some kind of newsworthy things that are going on in the music world, hard rock and metal. That's coming up tomorrow. And we've got the Professor's Picks tomorrow as well, new release day. What's Ken got in store for you all in stock, ready to be digested? That's coming up tomorrow. And then we have the review crew this coming Saturday. And of course, ranking the albums. I'll be ranking the albums of Corrosion of Conformity on Sunday. 10 albums, I believe. Is it 10, 11? That's something like that. I forget how many it was. But that's coming up this weekend on Sunday. I'll be doing that solo and that and more here on the channel. Till then, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.